Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We're so happy to see you guys again. Welcome back to another episode of
Sharpened Insights. Yes, sir.
We're so happy to see you guys. And today we're going to be talking about some expectations that we had, Caleb and I, going into the marriage and see, just discuss, were they realistic, unrealistic, how we navigate that, and to see if anything has changed.
For sure. Yeah, we're so excited to jump into the topic, man. But before we start, we just appreciate you guys for the love, the support. It's just been amazing. We're so honored to have you guys. Yeah. And feel free to put your stuff in the comment section, your input. We still want to get sharpened by you guys. So if you have something that maybe we talked about, you disagree, or you want to add on, you're welcome, man. We are so open for you guys to get us sharpened too. So
yeah, we want the conversation to continue in the comments. So
for sure.
So don't be afraid. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
We're one big family over here.
For sure. Before we start, I'm gonna pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you, we give you glory. Thank you for this opportunity that you have granted us to have another episode. It's not by might or by power, but it's by Spirit, oh God. We thank you. We give you honor and glory. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray that every conversation that we're going to have, let it be a conversation that will build us up and bless other people for your kingdom. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Yes. So we're so excited about this episode. I think, one of the touchy subjects are expectations. Because I feel like when a lot of people get into a relationship or a marriage or anything of that sort, the expectations are crazy.
For sure. I'm telling you, it's a lot that I had to adjust. And it's like, oh, brother, you were doing some crazy stuff here. So, yeah, I'm ready to jump into it. What are some of the crazy, I don't want to say crazy, some of expectations that you had before we got married, and now you kind of like easy on them a little bit?
I would say that you will always understand me. It's very weird because I didn't necessarily go into the marriage or relationship saying like explicitly saying like, oh, he will understand me, everything that I say. But somewhere, I don't know, in my subconscious or something, I think I kind of believed that. So whenever we came to a disagreement and you were kind of like stuck in your way of thinking, I was like a little bit shocked. I'm like, what? Like, we don't always agree on stuff?
Yeah. That's interesting, actually, because we're two different people, and I think sometimes it's okay to disagree, but we have to acknowledge each other's point of view. And I think that's one thing that we've been working on. And like you said, it's just different, You don't expect that, especially getting into marriage. You think it differently.
Yeah, and I guess for the agreeing thing, I think it was more like for small things. Because I think, I knew we are two different people. So, of course, the big things, we might disagree. Like, I knew that, how to manage funds or something like that. I expected that. But for me, I guess it was more like the small, mundane things. Like, if I want to lay out my clothes in a certain area of the house, and you're like, oh, that looks messy. I'm like, but it's not hurting anybody. This is how I do it, but I don't like that. And you're like, what? This is so simple. Like, why? I didn't know that we was going to disagree on stuff like this, and things that are little to me might be a big deal for you.
Why though do you think we had to disagree on stuff like that?
Well, I mean, actually, I use that example as an example, but it's true. Like with the clothes, something like that.
I really want to know, because I've been telling you, because I think sometimes as much as I love her and as much I know that she loves me, I think she's still on a journey of adjusting to live with somebody. I think that's one thing that you're still working on. You're not fully like, okay, I live with another person, because I think when you were living alone, you wash your clothes, you put them at the corner of the room, you're fine. Nobody cares. But now we got two closets. So I'm like, wait a minute. You wash your clothes are clean. Why don't you just fold them and put them maybe in the closet or somewhere maybe safe? Because let me tell you this. This is me. Don't judge me. Whitney, she's very smart. So every time she gets her stuff, she uses her stuff. Maybe she put it on the table. She'll remember that she put it on the table. For me, the table, maybe we use it for eating only. I don't want to see anything on the table. I'll tell you, my sister, if you don't put your stuff away, I'll put it away myself. And now she doesn't know where the stuff is. You'll be asking, yo, you take my stuff. And that's a whole conversation. Now I'm like, bro, I told you where to put your stuff. He doesn't want to listen sometimes. So it's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's just an adjustment because, we all have our, own ways of thinking. And for me, I have my own ideology. Like, we don't need to maybe dive deep into that, but I have my own ideology, but it doesn't match up with his. So that was very unexpected for me for the little things, like even maybe where you put your shoes or something like that. I'm like, wow, even this little tiny mundane thing we can disagree on, or it will be like a point of conflict. So I think that was one thing that I didn't expect. Like, my expectation was that, big stuff, yeah, we might disagree. That's expected. But little stuff, we'll figure it out. It will be fine. But yeah, that was wrong.
Yeah. For me, I have so much, man, but I'll start with the big one. That I thought that love is enough when we get married. Like, with love, we're good. But I'm telling you, love is not enough. There's a lot of work. There's other stuff that needs to be considered when you get married. So that's one of the crazy, I don't want to say crazy, but one of the expectations that I thought, like, okay, with love, we're going to be good. But you have a lot that goes into it, and love is not enough. And that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I think a lot of people go into a relationship or a marriage and think that love is I love that person, which may be true. It's not like you don't. But it goes a lot deeper than love. It really takes perseverance, commitment, and strength, awareness, patience. It's a lot.
I'm telling you.
Because love, it can carry you only so far. And it seems so weird to think about, because you think love is the foundation of everything. If I have that, then I have, everything's good. But it really goes beyond love. It really takes a lot of intentionality on both parties. So I totally agree with that one.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing is, we can still make it. I thought maybe I've seen people who are not believers. They have beautiful marriage from the outside. I don't know what will be happening in the inside. So I thought maybe if we don't pray together, if we don't put Christ as the firm foundation, as the center for our marriage, we'll still be, okay. Though sometimes when we don't even pray together and stuff, let me tell you, the devil, that's the time when the devil trying to come and sneak in and put his thoughts and minds. Yeah. So that's one of the expectations that I thought, but I had to step back to the kingdom a little bit and put God first as the center for our marriage. And I'm telling you, we have seen fruits and just see multiplication of blessings and grace.
Man, that's so true. I think that's another thing. Like you said, I didn't expect the spiritual aspect of it. It's crazy. It got to a point, even now, I don't know, we were learning the devil's his tricks and attacks. It's to the point, literally, okay, if we are doing this, I already know an argument might happen that time.
We're going to record a podcast before that. It's a struggle, yo.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's really crazy. And of course, when we were dating and engaged, we had, struggles.
But they were, sorry to cut you off, but I felt like when we were engaged, right, we had problems, but we were okay. And those problems, I don't know, we would went over it and we'll be okay. And those problems that, let's say, for example, you do something to me, I'll be okay when we're engaged. The moment we got married, for some reason, it turns out like I got these glasses now. I can now scrutinize the same thing that you used to do. Now I can see it on a bigger TV or something like that. I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, like literally, it's like we have a playbook. Okay, we're going to be going to somebody's house, getting knowledge from them. Something's going to go on. Or we're going to have a date. Something's going to go on, which is, it's not the best, but
yeah.
You do what you got to do. And it's good that we learned some of those attacks, quote unquote attacks. And, now we know how to deal with them. Now we can find ways to, make sure that they don't,
Yeah, man. It's a lot that goes in, man. God help us, I'm telling you. We just hope that with time people can get their mind renewed and see what's really important, because sometimes we blinded ourselves and with these crazy expectations, and we don't even think what's the best, So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. Are there any expectations that you had going in that you like decided like, oh man, this is a lot different, or even expectation that actually was met or something like that?
Yeah, I thought we're gonna be happy every day. You're being married, you're married to your love of your life. Nothing can go wrong. It's gonna be honey, milk, pineapples.
The promised land.
I'm telling you. All
Did
day,
you say pineapples?
Yeah, I like pineapples. That's why I say that. So that's what I thought until I got married. And there's some days you don't even feel like loving your partner, man. That's why we say love is not enough.
Yeah, I mean, and it's real, and it may even sound like it may sound crazy, or it may sound like, what are you sure y'all okay? But I mean, it's real, and it happens.
Yeah, those who are married, they know what we're talking about. There'll be times when you feel like, why did I marry this person? You ask yourself, like, everything went smooth, but did I really make a good choice? Man, I think I made a mistake. Then you relax a little bit, you start to see the bigger picture, be like, oh, I think I'm the blessed person in this whole entire world. So yeah, those are kind of the expectation that I have. We're going to be happy. We are not going to argue. But actually, I didn't know that, especially with us, we had a lot of intense fellowship, the arguments and conflicts. At first, we didn't know how to navigate them and how to resolve conflict. But with time, after we learned how to, some skills and implement into practicals and practice, it really helps us, I would say. We learned a lot to the extent that I think it builds up our relationship and makes us grow together and be strong with those conflicts. So, I mean, say like I didn't like it, but I'm really, really appreciative of the conflicts that we had, because it made us who we are right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We've grown so much, and we wouldn't have grown without those conflicts. So I think we even talked about this in another episode. Conflicts aren't bad. They're actually really good, but it just depends on how you go about it and how you resolve them, or the tools that you use to get through them. That's the thing. One thing that I actually just thought about that I didn't realize, I think going into the marriage, how much like my actions can affect you, like whether positively or negatively.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like, there'll be times when I just want to do things my own way, or I just want to say something, and then it just makes the situation worse. But then, recently, I've been really trying to be intentional about how I react to things, maybe even, trying to have more self-control, even if I feel like you're in the wrong, which I put the quotations because I don't really like to look at things in terms of right or wrong because we're on the same team. So we were all working towards the same goal. But sometimes I'll be like, even if I think you're in the wrong, I've been trying to kind of take a step back, just like how we said in our effective communication episode, just trying to see like how you process things and talk to you in a way that you understand. And man, how much of a big difference I've seen like in you. And I don't even know if you realize how much you've like calmed down or how much more patient you are. I don't know.
I'm glad to hear that the brother is getting patient because you're that's some good feedback. You hear that?
Yeah, man. I feel like it's made a big difference, and I really feel like if I just continue to, do things my way, or just be stubborn or this like that. I really felt like maybe you wouldn't have made as much progress because you would probably continue to be in that. What is it like prideful? I'll be feeding into your pride or not giving you space to reflect on that pride or giving you, I don't know, an excuse
to grow too.
Yeah, giving you an excuse to keep being prideful because like it's like a cycle that feeds itself. You're like, you feel the pride. And then now I'm coming with my stuff. So now you're like, see, that's why I need to be, that's why I need to be like that because she's, doing this. So, and it's a cycle that continues. So I really feel like, really being intentional about, communicating with you and in a way that you understand and just, dialing back a little bit. It gives you space to reflect and really be like, oh man, maybe I was tripping a little bit.
Yeah. That's really true, man.
So, and that's been one of the greatest and most blessed part about this marriage, I feel like, because it really is encouraging. It's really beautiful to see like how the Lord can work in the other person and how just to see that transformation going is very, very beautiful to see. And I've been so blessed by that.
That's really good, man. Really, really good points you articulate.
Yeah. That shocked me, really.
Yeah. And for me also, I had to learn that marriage is for growth, not perfection.
Yes.
I came in the mindset of, okay, now I'm Caleb. I'm half. When she's going to come, she's just going to be the other half. Then together, we're perfect. We're full, we one, we're perfect. And I had to learn that, no, marriage is a process and it's about growth. You learn together. And with those lessons, doesn't mean every day is going to be up. Sometimes you have to go down so that we can appreciate the moments where we were up. And when we're down, we appreciate them. All those moments in life, So that's one thing that I had, like, it's all about perfection. Marriage is perfection, but I had to learn that it's a process and there's growth involved.
Yeah, to be honest, like I think, I don't know if it's because of the media, I don't know if it's because of our parents, or even sometimes it might even be because of the church, but we have this image that a good marriage is a perfect marriage. If you're not fighting, you're in a good marriage. If you're not having arguments, you're in a good marriage. If you're on the same page all the time, you're in a good marriage. But that's I found that's not true. I actually think it's an even better marriage if you have those conflicts, which you will, because you're two different people coming together. If you have those conflicts, but you learn to grow past them and adapt to them and find ways to accommodate and to compromise and to just make your own culture in your family, that is a very, 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 that's very beautiful. And it, like you said, it makes you grow, because if you're quote unquote perfect, you'll stay at the same level. You don't challenge each other. A lot of that conflict comes when, an idea that you have is challenged by your partner. And a lot of times, not all the time, but most of the time, when your partner is challenging you, it's to make you better, not to tear you down or not to make you feel bad about something. So you really, grow and learn so many new things through that conflict. And I think that's one misconception that a lot of people have. Just perfection is the goal.
Yeah, for sure. And man, God help us. For me, I had so much expectation. The fact that we are not even both from the same country, that alone is just too much. So that means now I have my cultural expectations. She has her own cultural expectation. For example, we even had a situation one time when we were engaged. We visited one of our friends. We had like a Zim people gathering and stuff like that. My Zim people, like a dinner or something. In my culture, when we gather, the guys, they will be doing their thing in the living room, and the ladies will go to the kitchen. Whether she's helping or not, you just need to be where the ladies are. And for some reason, in your country, it's okay to be maybe chilling with other guys or even talking. Like, girl, what you doing? I didn't even told her, like, that's what we expect, I just started going crazy on her. My cousin Alexi, she was like, no, relax a little bit. That's their culture. And also, did you spoke about it? I didn't. So that was on me. So that's those kind of stuff, like expectation, like, and so I had to tell her then, like, this is how we do stuff in my culture. And she's okay with it. But also one thing that I had to learn too is our house is our house. We build our house according to how we feel. So
what works for us.
Exactly. So if you guys visit us and you see that the TV is on the right side, don't say anything. It's for us. We like it over there. We come to our house. You see me cooking. You see her cooking, or you see her doing laundry and stuff. That's how we feel comfortable in our house.
Yeah.
So don't judge. Just look and listen. Don't judge.
Yeah, that's something that I think that was very, I guess I wouldn't even say that's an expectation. It's just something that I didn't think about us, forming our own home culture. Yeah. Because I think, especially now we have social media and all that kind of stuff, we'll kind of base things off of what we see. And then if we don't measure up to that, then we think, oh, we're failing or there's an issue with us. But if what you're doing works for you, for both partners, if what you're doing is working for both partners and you're okay with that, you're good, you're healthy, just because, compared to society, it doesn't look like how they do it, it's perfectly okay. And it doesn't mean like, oh, this is okay, but it's not like these people, so we need to change. And now you're having conflict because, you're not agreeing. But what works for you, it's okay.
That's really true, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other expectation that I had was just like, okay, she's gonna love me anytime. Love is more like a feeling. It's like, okay, you said your vows, you are for me, you're gonna love me for the rest of my life. I had to learn, like, love is a choice, it's commitment. Every day you commit to choose. Like, love is a choice. I mean, you commit every day to choose. You love the person. Waking up every day, whether yesterday she did something bad that I didn't like, I still have to make that choice to still love you. Mm. And it took us a little bit, because I would have that those moments, and I would just distance myself a little bit. Then with time, I'll be like, okay, I'm not doing the right thing here, because I made that vow and I need to make that choice. And love is a choice. I keep on making the commitment to love you each day.
Yeah, that's really good, man. Man, it's really crazy when you sit and reflect and to see like what you thought previously, and just to see like where you are now. Oh man, it's crazy and encouraging. And I think, oh man, another one that I really feel like I thought before we got married, and my perspective kind of shifted later, is that I kind of expected that you will think the way I think on some kind of level. Like
Really?
I knew that you thought in your own way. I don't know how to explain it. Like I know that you have your own thoughts. I know that we're two different people, but I guess there's some things okay, how about this? I think there are some things that I didn't know is specific to me, and not everyone does those things. I think that's what it is. For instance, like I'm very observant, right? If you say something, I can remember it, and then let's say you say like I don't know, oh, I like those socks. We just passed a random store. And you say, I like those socks. I can remember that. And then maybe later on, without you telling me, I can go and get those socks for you just out of, love. But it is out of love. I don't know why I did that. But out of love, I will go and get those socks. Or maybe if you're cold, let's say you say, I'm cold, right? Maybe I'm hot. Or maybe I'm okay and you're cold. I feel like, oh man, I want you to feel okay. So maybe I will adjust the temperature to make you feel comfortable. That's just who I am. That's what I do. I just love to make other people happy and things like that, which of course you also do, but it's to a different degree. So there'll be some times where
she do it to the extreme, yo.
Yeah. Sometimes I do it even too much, but that's another thing. But so sometimes I would be like confused, like, oh, I have this that you could sacrifice for me, like sometimes. And what you do, but there'll be specific times where, like specific situations where I'm like, I expect you to make a sacrifice or do something like that. And for me, it's natural.
To watch Star Wars.
Yeah, to watch Star Wars. Man, he still has not watched Star Wars with me. And we've been married for over a year.
Why do I need to watch it?
You see that?
Come on, man.
See, me, even if, like, for instance, he loves football, I'm not a big... Okay, so should I say soccer then? Okay. He loves soccer, and I'm not, I'm not that into it like that. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't watch a game like for fun. But I wouldn't mind if he's like, "Oh, Whitney, I really want you to watch a game with me." I would be okay with that.
Yeah,
and
but
so that's the kind of heart that I have to sacrifice. So then when he didn't have that same type of heart, like in the way I wanted it, it was very like shocking. I'm like, what? Not everybody, like, this is what's supposed to happen. Isn't this what a marriage is? And this and this and that. So I guess I came in expecting us to be the same when it came to those kind of things. So I didn't realize, wait a minute, this is not a marriage thing. This is me, what I do as an individual. And, for me, it would be very easy to, sacrifice, if that's what you want to call it. But just because he doesn't want to do that, one, it doesn't mean he doesn't love me. And two, if I really look at the bigger picture, there are many other ways that he sacrifices for me. So it doesn't have to be exactly in the way that I want.
I don't watch Star Wars, but I watch those Disney stuff. I went to Disney shows. I don't like those kind of stuff. Went to a Disney show with me and Charlie. What's his name? Shout out to you, Charlie. I went with my brother. We were just looking at each other. Shannon, you, Loria, you were just laughing at us. So I don't know, man. That's me sacrificing,
Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. Sometimes, that's definitely something that it took me some time to really wrap my mind around. And now, my perspective on that has definitely shifted a lot. And I see, okay, it's disappointing, and it's okay to feel disappointed too. I also want to put that out there. It's okay to feel disappointed, but just because I feel disappointed, it doesn't mean he doesn't love me. It doesn't mean that he should be forced to do it. It doesn't mean that if he doesn't do it, then something is wrong. That's just something that he feels strongly about that he doesn't want to do. But of course, like I said, I actually have full confidence that sometime in the future, I don't know if it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, he's gonna do it.
Do what? Watch Star Wars?
Yeah.
I never say no, but
so you just
I'm
have to be
open to the mindset.
you just have to be patient and just let things marinate. And I've learned that you let things marinate, see the bigger picture, don't force anything, and we good.
Yeah, man.
That's a big one for me.
For sure. For me, oh, I feel like this is, okay. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, but like we told you guys from the beginning, we are so open to the extent that we even want you guys to help us and sharpen us. This one is very, very interesting because you only hear it when you talk with your close brothers or close sisters. Like, there's people like maybe
I
your
already
mentors.
know where this is going.
Yeah, so I'm like, for example, sex. Man, I had expectation that I'm gonna be having sex every day.
Yeah, I think this is the
Chopping
biggest
day.
one. Man.
That's what I thought. I'm gonna be enjoying chopping every day.
I'll explain for people who don't know what chopping is.
Having sex. Yeah, so that's what I thought every day. Because, before you got married, you do your pre-counseling, you're not sleeping together and all that kind of stuff. So after the wait, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's time to, to get into it every day. Nah, that's crazy. That's not even normal. There's not even, me personally, after some time, I don't even want to do it every day. You don't feel like it. There's days you come from work, you're exhausted, you have stuff to do. You have like work to project and stuff like that. You don't even have time. So that one thing. And the other thing was when you just have, it's all about pounding. Pap, pap, pap. Man, I don't know, man. I think we need to have people that can really teach a little young guys or people before they get married. Like there's foreplay, there's stuff we just do. Because most of the time, a lot of boys and guys, they know how to have sex, but they don't know how to romance, I would say. There's a lot that goes into it before you just put your thing and just do bounce, pound, stuff like that. There's foreplay, there's, you create the atmosphere. And I had to, man, I had no.
Yeah, just like we said before, it's like that is also an area where you can create your own culture. Now, don't get too crazy now. Like but as long as both people are
okay
comfortable and happy,
for sure.
like that's something you
you
create your own culture. And if it works for you, it works for you. But I think, this is maybe, I would say, I don't know. I haven't done any research. I'm not going to lie. I haven't done any surveys, but I would just say for us, it's probably one of the biggest expectation, like the thing that really shocked us is how much, this can impact our marriage, the sexual stuff. I think that's one of the things that kind of like we got blindsided by. We're like, wait, what? This is actually really important. And whoa, we actually need to adjust a lot of things, and not only adjust like our actions, but even adjust our mindsets. Because like he said, he had a totally different like mindset when we came into the marriage. And then we found out like, okay, some of those things, even on my side and even on his side, are kind of actually unrealistic. And I think the sexual stuff is very, very dangerous because we live in a society where like, sex is out there everywhere you look, in movies, on social media, like we see it everywhere. And there's a lot of information out there, different people saying this and that. And then also on top of that, us being believers, it also adds another like layer to it. And there's so much information out there, and it's easy to get wrapped up. It's easy to compare. Oh, this person on the internet was saying that they do this every single day, and the wife is she even prepares, and she be putting on the perfume and the spray, and she has the music and the roses every night. And to be honest, a lot of that is not even true. A lot of people just post things for social media. So that's number one. But even if it was true, there might be their dynamic, it might be different from your dynamic. You know, if you have two people who are working every day, maybe that lady might be stay at home, or maybe her like sexual appetite is really high. And, you know, there's so many, you know, things that go into different people's dynamics. So you need to find what works for you and not compare. And, but also, I think that also comes like a little bit of understanding too, because what if you have a situation where like one person has a higher, like one person wants to do more sexual things and the other person rarely ever wants to do that. You have to find a balance. Like you can't really say, oh, you want to do it all the time, so I'm just going to do it every day. And even though it makes me uncomfortable, or you can't even go to the other side. Oh, since you don't like to do it, we'll just never do it. I actually think that's also unhealthy. So there definitely needs to be balance and conversations
and compromise
and compromise and cooperation.
That's really, really true. And the other thing, crazy expectations. Just, okay, you're going to be cooking for me every day. Cook every day.
Oh, like expectations when it comes to like roles.
Yeah, stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. You're going to be cooking. Because I grew up seeing my mom. That's how we are taught, no matter the situation. She always serves a man and stuff. But when you have that mindset and you're not living in a country where you grew up, there's a lot that goes into here. You work from 8 in the morning, maybe sometimes comes back 8 p.m. in the evening, and you expect your spouse to cook for you. She already had a tough day. Maybe sometimes I'm the one who came home early. Why should I just wait for her to cook? I can still wait, but if I'm in a position, I know like, oh, today, like Mondays, I know on Monday, I don't even ask a lot from her because her Mondays are fully packed. She got extra classes and all that. By the time she come home, she just want to take a shower, relax a little bit and rest. So after that, I'll be like, oh, girl, you're going to cook. After you cook, wash the dishes. That won't be fair, to be honest, because I want the best version of her, because whenever she's happy, I'm happy, you know. I feel happy and I feel more loved, because most of the time, her love, her joy changes the atmosphere of the house. So that's one expectation that I had. So I had to adjust, like, okay, I know on Mondays, girl, I don't even ask for so many stuff.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because you know, man. But I don't know. It's really, I guess, I realized just how much compromise, like even that, this is actually a really good example of compromise. There are some days where you don't, instead of saying like, oh, every day you need to do this, you need to do that. There are some days where you know and you're totally fine, and even encourage me, you know, just to take a step back. But then also on my side, I try my best. I'm still working on it, but I try. For me, I can order every day, especially here in China. You can get a decent, nutritious, and cheap meal, especially if you eat the local food. It'll be very cheap. Sometimes it's actually even cheaper to order out than to even cook, but that's another thing. So I can do that every day. I'm okay with that. But I know that it really means a lot to him for me to cook and to have that home cooked meal, and just to see me put my love into something. So I also meet him and say and do that for him as well. So that's something where we really is a very good example of how we compromise. And I've learned how much compromise goes into everything. Like it's really a lot of being intentional about building each other up and just listening to each other and trying to get the best version of each other.
For sure. I agree with what you said, because marriage to me it's a ministry, and it's not a partnership, not just a partnership. It's a ministry, and not just a partnership. That means we work together as a team. We have the same goal, same vision, and by this time we need to achieve this. And I'm not just gonna go for it alone. That means you're gonna be there supporting me. And it takes two people to have a successful marriage. Yeah. And for us to achieve our goals and stuff like that, we need both of us to be having the same goals and same vision. So, yeah, just just that alone is it's just a gem, I guess.
Yeah. It's really crazy how much we've learned. But yeah, I just pray that we continue to learn and just continue to be sharpened, man. Because and the biggest thing I can stress before we end is find what works for you. Don't look at social media. Most of the time, that's not even true. Don't look at what people present on the outside, even people in your life, even your family members. Don't look at what they present on the outside, because I can be rest assured that on the inside is a totally different story. So just find what works for you. Really be intentional about, meeting in the middle and finding out a system that works for both parties. And that's one of the biggest takeaways I've found when we have been looking back at our expectations and things that kind of helped to like mitigate some of the craziness that comes with having crazy expectations. So yeah, that's one of my biggest things I can say. Please, please, please don't compare to anybody, because I've learned, because I'm actually, I think now that we've been married, I'm shocked at how things are. I had this idea like, oh, these people, sometimes you even think something is wrong with you. You're like, oh, these people cook every day. Why am I so tired and I can't cook every day? Turns out these people haven't been cooking every day.
Yep. They'll be lying to you.
I'm like, man, so please do not go off of what other people say. Even if people in your life are telling you, girl, you need to do this. If it doesn't work for you and you're a man or you're a woman, y'all are okay with y'all's system, then do it.
Good for you.
It's okay.
And one thing I'll tell you guys, I'm telling you from experience, just preparing you. Be ready and expect your wife to come tell you her work gossip. Be ready for that. Yeah,
come on.
Like it. Now I'll be the one asking, oh, something interesting today.
Oh my goodness. So you didn't expect that?
Oh my God.
You didn't expect to get the tea, huh?
Oh, I didn't. Now I'm loving the tea. The season, now we're on season 5, episode 2. I'm ready. I'll be having all the tea, what's going on. So I just prepare you guys for that. And before we close, I just want to share also, like, for me, crazy expectation. The other one is like, you a man, you don't listen to your woman, you just lead. If something bad happened,
this is a good one.
They'll look at you, which is good, but don't listen to your woman. Just trying to be stubborn and don't be emotionally open. Like, you don't trying to provide or create a safe space for your spouse to be vulnerable or to be emotionally open with you and share her deepest emotions and feelings. So I didn't even think it that way. I had to learn, and if I had that, I'm telling you, we could have been on a different situation in life. But I thank God, sometimes God's timing is the best.
Amen.
And I'm happy that I didn't know that, so that we can both grow in this marriage and learn and see the growth together and really appreciate those small wins, Yeah. Yeah. You have anything to add on?
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you guys so much for the support. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video.
Yes, and like we say all the time, if there's something that really resonated with you, or if there's something that you want to add on to, or just have something that might sharpen all of us, please don't forget to mention it and talk about it in the comments. We love seeing it, and we love to be sharpened by you guys.
For sure. Feel free to send us or shoot us some message if you have any questions. If we're in a position to help or to give something that we have experienced, we are so excited to give you the knowledge. Yeah, stay blessed, yo. Peace.